Sorry. Okay. GTPO is the office which promotes green economy. So we need to understand the green economy more and share the green concept more here. That's why we are here. Go greener and act greener. And this afternoon we have 3 speakers who have shared us what happened in green economy transition, and Professor Nakahara brought us very important concept of greenwashing. And also, Mr. Lai told us how Singapore is approaching the green economy by creating so many different incentive schemes. And also, Mr. Chen shared us about green consumption and green procurement, and also the policies that the countries can take to promote the green consumption. So we would like to continue the discussion here, but during the break, Professor Nakahara suggests that he is going to teach us how to distinguish between greenwash items and real green items. So in order to motivate our discussion a little bit more, so we will wait after this small teaching section, and then we start to discuss after that.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wen. I would like to examination for you, all of the participants regarding greenwashing. So, if you think, all participants think greenwashing, no, okay. So, first question, we think of the first question is the display on soap package. We think of the environment and the recycle. This is a high quality soap made with recycled cooking oil. How do you think? Greenwashing? What? No? Yeah. Only 1, 2, okay, 3. Correctly. This is greenwashing. When displaying information on the public indicating that the environmental protection has been taken into consideration, it is necessary to understand only the substance part of the clearing ingredient is made from recycling cooking oil. So, next question is recycled materials used. Greenwashing or no? Only 1? Yeah. 2. Okay. And all questions correct. So when displaying information such as this, it is necessary to clearly state the value of the recycled material used. Simply stating the recycled material used can lead to misunderstanding by general consumer that the product made of 100% recycled materials. Next question. This is a display on cleaning film package. Recyclable carton with paper, so 80% recycled paper used. This is a greenwash or not? Okay, all participants is good. So, on the radio of the recycled paper used is clearly stated. The reason for displaying the information is clear. So next question, display on the cling film package. Safe cling film. Dioxin does not occur when incinerated. Environmentally friendly polyethylene product. Is it greenwash or not? Oh, many understand. Participants understand. When displaying information such as this, the environmental protection needs to be actually effective where the product is disposed. Because when disposed as food waste, it is incinerated with other waste, such as food. So question 5, display on the draining waste bag package. Environmentalist declaration. We reduce dioxin from waste. It is the draining waste bag that suppresses the generation of dioxin when incinerated. How do you think? Greenwashing or not? Yeah, 4 participants. Oh, 5. So this is when displaying information such as this, it is necessary to have carried out a test on the product and the information displayed has been proved. So, number 6, display on synthetic laundry detergent packaging. So, main ingredient in the plant origin, and thus it is environmentally friendly and kind to human. It is best for the environmental and human, best for clothes and skin. And main ingredient naturally occurring and pure plant nature. So cleaning ingredient is completely decomposed by bacteria in the nature with high biological decomposition rates and kind to human lakes and rivers. It doesn't affect the environmental and is a natural environmental protection product, which is greenwash or not? Only 2, 3, 4. Okay, correct. So this is when displaying information such as this, it is necessary to have demonstrated that the ingredient of the product can be decomposed in the state of nature. Additionally, completely or best should not be used to indicate consideration for the environment. So, 7th question, display on shampoo bottle. So, charcoal shampoo. It is now a naturalist shampoo that kind to the earth because after rinsing, the purifying effects of charcoal also serves to drainage water, which is greenwash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10. Correct. It is necessary for the manufacturer to have the obtained empirical data as the basis of the environmental claim in order to display information such as this. So, number 8, display on the laundry detergent packaging. While taking care of your skin, it demonstrates the powerful cleaning effect and quickly reverse back to the earth. It's a greenwash? Okay. 7. Environmental claim quickly reverse back to the earth is difficult for general consumers to understand the time it takes to completely decompose. It is necessary to show specific ingredient and figures based on the empirical data. So next question is a display of dishwashing sponge packaging. are made with a recycled PET bottle fiber and a sponge that breaks down into soil. The sponge part used biodegradable sponge are made from corn fiber. After use, if buried in soil, it will get naturally decomposed by bacteria and broken down into the soil. This is a greenwash or not? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, correct. It emphasizes that such product eventually breaks down into soil. However, unless it doesn't so rapidly in the normal disposal condition, its environmental superiority is doubtful. Oh, 2 more questions. Display on clean film package. So to show with the Good Design Award logo. Good Design Product Special Award. Kind to Earth Design Award. How do you think? Greenwash or not? Only 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Correct. When indicating the environmental protection has been taken into consideration, it is necessary to clearly state specifically what part of the product is environmentally superior. Last question. Draining waste bag package to show with EcoMark law. Kind to Earth. So many business using this sentence. And clean water below the logo. Which is greenwash or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5? 6. Okay. Correct. So when indicating the consideration for the environmental with the logo, such as this, and product environmental performance attribute to only part of the product. Note the whole product is necessary to state the information addition to the logo. So I think after the examination, almost 10% is correct. So best student, Mr. Alan Greta. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Nakahara, for teaching us. Okay, so, before we open to the floor, I have many questions here for our speakers today. So maybe I should try, there are some common questions for speakers and also individual questions. So I will start from the common questions. And in today's presentations, we know that the environmental problems are quite serious, and more and more consumers have the awareness to do green consumption. But consumers may have a good awareness or intentions, but still lack of incentive or very good transactions in the market. So this is the from our Kevin. He wants to know what are the major barriers to keep this green economy going. So can you please answer? Yeah. So this is first one for everybody here, and then I will like to have an individual one after this. Okay.
Me first? Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So what's the major barrier to green economy? Well, first, I think it's still about the lack of enough education to the public. Because people doesn't know what's the real meaning of this. Frankly speaking, well, we care about ourselves more and we care less about the environment. So I gave you an example about the saran wrap. The issues like that, usually we focus on the environment issues. Okay, we may generate dioxin with those non-green products. But what's the relationship with me? I think most of the people, well, they actually don't care about environment that much. So in the future, maybe we should emphasize more on this, say, okay, protect the environment is also to protect you. Because if the environment is damaged, you will be damaged too. So I think why, well, there are not so many people willing to join this green consumption or green procurement or whatever. It's because they don't think it's his business. I think that's the business of other people, the society, the government, or whatever. So we need more training or education, and we should focus on the real damage to you, to the individual people. Then everybody may agree or be more willing to pay for the environment. Then we can start the whole good cycle of green consumption or green supply or green trade. That's my suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen. So environmental awareness, environmental costs are so high. Okay, so Mr. Lai, what would you tell us about the barriers?
Basically, we have to break down the barrier. It's actually to educate the people, the consumer basically. Normally, in the product itself, if you can actually put some instructional label to educate the people, I think that would be useful. And you have to educate the younger generations. So green label and certification have to be more sort of acceptance for the local market. Nowadays, I think the consumer have become more intelligent and they begin to accept all these green products. In their mind, for green products, they may have half information which is not complete. So what they actually need to is actually the schools, they have to start educating from the children from different level, and that will actually help them to bring across. I think the parents at home can also do a part in educating the children, not to actually able to distinguish different ways how you actually dispose it to when in the public place. There's a correct segment for you to dispose your product itself. And the government also play a part. They actually impose some restriction or regulation or laws to, if you don't do the right thing, probably that you get some penalty or so-called. So that is actually a beginning of the complete change to education. For product to be accepted by the consumer generally, unless it is and they possess some positive impact or it's beneficial to the consumer in terms of cost, probably after much R&D research, in terms of usefulness, in terms of disposal of the use, all this I think is part and parcel. So you actually help the consumer to understand better what's the beneficial behind such a disposal or uses. It will greatly help in promoting the product itself. I think business sector also, when they come to R&D research, they do this sort of emphasis on this area. Of course, in terms of cost, in terms of R&D or the product make it as economically as possible, so that it's prevalent for the local market to consume. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lai and Professor Nakahara.
So first of all, I want to say, we have a consumer right, and also we consumers require the responsibility for saving natural resource and energy, for preventing global warming, and also promote ethical shopping, including avoid to buy a product made of such as conflict mineral. So in the computer and mobile phone, and so I want to insist of promoting the ethical shopping or procurement. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I have many questions here. So first of all, I would like to ask Professor Nakahara, because there are many questions for you. Some of the audience would like to know, like the PLA products, because PLA products can decrease the usage of the petroleum. So compared to the normal plastic products, it's considered to be eco-friendly, right? But somehow, however, we have not developed any good system to accommodate the PLA products. So is that related to some phenomenon of greenwashing? Yeah, can you tell us about PLA product, PLA plastic products?
Some kind of bioplastic.
Oh, bioplastic.
Yeah, bioplastic.
So regarding bioplastic, my laboratory in my university, now we check the bioplastic. One is 6 months broken by the ground.
Right.
You understand? Sorry.
Yeah.
And one bioplastic container is 1 year. So last October, we start the 6 months and 1 year's bioplastic container.
Mm-hmm.
So now, today is November 1st. So I will check my email from my student. So both container is just new. No bioplastic. So very easy to check the if the business say the bioplastic, easy to change the how do you say in English? Soil ground.
Soil and
Yeah.
ground.
How do you say it?
Right. Soil.
Go into the ground.
Soil.
Yeah,
Right.
good. So ground. So please, same experience in your garden. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think the question is about is it green? I mean PLA, right? But the green products are supposed to protect the environment, right? So if you have different natural environment or even social environment, there should be different definition of green products. For example, for bioplastic, I think we also certify PLA products in Taiwan Green Mark. But our major consideration is not about the consumption of fossil fuel or whatever. It's because it's biodegradable. But now we are reconsideration about this criteria. Because in early days, we used landfill as a major way to treat our solid waste. So in that situation, biodegradable plastic does help. But now, I think more than 95% of our solid waste are incinerated. So in the incinerator, there's no difference. So whether it's green or not, it also depends on what kind of environment you have. Is your country short in food because it's made from corn? If you're short in food, of course you should not make PLA because it uses corn. So whether it's green or not, you should also consider the environment, natural environment and the social environment. I don't think there is a simple answer. Is it green or not? Is it water saving enough? It's important in Taiwan, but it may not be as important in some countries like, I don't know, Canada or Thailand. They have lots of rain. So I hope we should remember this while you consider whether it's green or not. It's for the environment, so look at your environment first. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is to Mr. Calvin. The audience would like to know, is there any certification for retailers to obtain before registering in EcoShop, and how important it is to be there? So how does the certificate in Singapore will be examined for the EcoShop?
Okay. Eco shops idea actually come from eco shops is actually come from we trying to educate eco office. So actually the idea we extend to eco shops. Now we are encouraging a lot of retailers to actually adopt green in terms of their office usage, in terms of their behavioral change, in terms of what they actually purchase, like paper. You can buy some recycled paper, of course, for your office use, and stationery, printing paper, try to cut down less, save energy. All these are part and parcel of the criteria whereby we do assessment by this auditor from a third party to encourage all these shops and the staff to adopt green, so-called. And for eco shops, currently we are extending to those MRT stations, just like mass rail transit exchange, whereby we started at Woodlands. Just now I saw the slide, show you the slide is actually at Woodlands Exchange, whereby we have a huge retailers over there. We try to educate them, and there's some publicity which being put out so that when commuters come out from this rail station, they actually observe all those advertisements, those promotion. So slowly it will actually and gradually change their mindset. For the shop itself, they actually go internally to promote to the staff to adopt green in terms of water saving, utility saving, etc. And basically it's a soft touch image, soft approach to change, and also is helpful to the corporate image ultimately, as I say. So it's important for them to have a good mindset, and of course awareness is important, education is important, and if you can build all these green habits slowly into your daily life, I think you will reach there, as we say, one day. The other thing is that the certificate which we issue is actually jointly sort of with our this CDL, Limited, which we work very closely, and also the city telecom, and this Club 21, whereby they actually sort of will actually chip in to do some assessment for them, and also work hand in hand with this Ernst & Young to do auditing of the company to fulfill certain criteria checklists. That's the score will actually tally up whether they actually pass that certain criteria. If not, they have to be re-examined before they are issued the certification. Yeah.
The audience also would like to know, does the Singapore government provide any incentive scheme for those companies to apply those green labels or to become an eco shop?
Okay. In terms of green labeling for products, likewise, or for these eco shops, there's no government incentive or subsidy in this aspect. So it's actually voluntary, on a voluntary basis. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lai. And there's a question, I guess, for Mr. Chen, because you're talking about green labels, and green labels can be issued by the government and also by the third party, right? So which one do you think is better? And is there any principle that some of the green labels should be issued by the government and some of them should be issued by the third party?
Okay, I think all the type 1 eco-labeling schemes all over the world, we follow ISO 14024 standard. And according to this standard, the type 1 eco-label must be certified by a third party. But the third party can be either government or government-sponsored or private. So I don't see any major difference between whether it's a government certified or third party certified, as long as it's credible. It follows all the proper ISO standard and the relevant ISO guidelines. So frankly, I don't see any major difference between who the certification body is, as long as it's credible. But of course, usually, if you are like us in Taiwan, our green mark is owned by our government. We are just a contract to be the certification body. If you are a government-sponsored or government-owned eco-label, it's much easier for you to get some formal financial incentive from the government. Like in Taiwan, our government green procurement basically totally rely on the labeling system. But in Japan, they need government green procurement criteria. Maybe a part of the reason is Japanese eco-mark is certified from some private organization. So of course, it will be very difficult for the government to rely on some private label for how they use their budget. I think the same situation in USA. In the United States, they have so many different labels, but for their government green procurement, they only accept government operated labeling system like Energy Star or Water Saving Logo or something like that. Okay, that's the major difference.
Okay, thank you. I have a common questions for three our honorable guests here. We have been talking about these green labels and green procurement, and we have found that some of those labels are voluntary and some are very successful. Like LEED is not really forced by any government to pursue. So we would like to know that government procurement is more influential or those like a green supply chain by those private consumption by those private companies, green supply chain. Which one is more influential to become successful in voluntary ones? Okay, yeah, Professor Nakao.
So the effort of supply chain management, a very famous case is the consortium way of in United States, very famous supermarket, Walmart. Yeah, Walmart and Coca-Cola and yeah, I don't know how exactly so, but many business
Right.
collaborate the voluntary environmental regulation. So one is the saving water, and the second is the saving energy, and the third is the reducing carbon dioxide emission. Yeah. So before this movement, main regulator is the government and other our organization. But now supply chain require to the producer maker for establish the green market. This is a good trend, I think.
Okay. Mr. Lai, what's your opinion on government procurement or private procurement?
Oh, I will talk about the green labor procurement. We are not into too much into that. I think the government is actually for tender system for procurement. The government prefer those are green products. Yes. For green labor, as you know, Singapore Environment Council is actually a non-government organization (NGO). So it is a institution of public charity, and it's a charitable organization. So we don't get any funding from government. It's about basically about 4%. The other rest have to be financed from our own internally. So what we get those funding is actually from the certification on the green labeling and those products basis. We basically look into consumer products, building products, and industrial products. These are some of the areas. And certification is basically on a voluntary basis. Yeah, so it's the choice. Of course, a lot of companies nowadays, they see these benefits of having green products. Of course, in terms of wide variety of choice. Of course, if you prefer green products or so-called environmental preferred products, so the beneficial is there. I mean, this slowly what the consumer is going into these directions. They are well educated, they are intelligent, they can do a lot of search on that product itself. And of course, the labeling on the product itself, when the manufacturer commercialize into the market, they also put a lot of product information, how to use, how to dispose, what are the benefits, or etc. etc. So all this actually help the consumer in their choice. So in terms of the cost itself, I think the product wise, from the manufacturer point of view, probably as what just I mentioned, is about a difference of about 10% more you pay. Probably when it's more commonly accepted by the consumer, the cost may be sort of lower a bit. So it's become more common and easily accessible by all the consumer. So these are some aspects. For green label is voluntary, so we welcome local and overseas sort of a company to apply for green label. There's no restriction on that basis, I should say. So currently we have about green label, those companies certified green, we have about 10 different parts of the different countries from all over the world which apply for green label. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lai. Mr. Chen.
I'm not sure if I understand the question correct. You mean green procurement is more important or than green
government?
supply?
Yeah, because we have seen some successful voluntary labels. Yeah, and we want to know what's the driving force for that.
Okay.
So it's because of the government procurement, or it's because of the private procurement. And of course, maybe that's not exactly related to. So we just want to know.
Frankly speaking, I never thought about this before.
Okay.
Which one can be more successful?
Okay, basically for this green procurement from our Singapore, I think is actually more from the government tender. Government, when they actually open tender, or rather the BCA, the Building Construction Authority, when they open up for tender, they expect this company to be more receptive to the green sort of idea. So if your company is actually so-called B safe, or this ISO 14001 certified, and under the OSA 18001, and you have all those criteria and you fulfill all those material which is certified green, they welcome you to actually submit your tender for consideration. So actually, currently the government is quite sort of moving in that direction. But for the private sort of company who actually want to do government tender, they actually have to abide by the rules and regulation which is being prescribed by this government itself. So that is actually the part of the requirement they have to fulfill, and it's very restricted, of course. That so for assessment into the project tender. But for green label, in our sense, is actually what they do is that this label is not compulsory, so it's actually a voluntary basis. So of course, consumer in their mind they think it's beneficial in terms of how they can use the product and what is the composite or the raw material source. So they actually will consider this aspect when they purchase the product itself. Yes, thanks.
Okay, thank you. It's a difficult question to answer, but I think the government play an important and
Important role, yes.
influential role there to influence our behavior. Okay, I think due to the time limitation, I would like to stop here, and I would like to thank for all our distinguished guests' participation and all the efforts to make our economy greener. It will be continue to go together and move to greener economy in very practical ways here. So also I would like to advertise a little bit next year's event, EPIF Eco Product International Fair in March. And if you would like to organize your own section and understand more of the issues that happened in the other world, and please let us know or contact with our office, and we will assist to make our not just exhibition next year, but also our forum, our roundtable discussions more influential to make our economy greener here. So thank you all for your participation, and please give us our distinguished guests a big hand. Thanks.